Shalom Israel, my name is Officer Kayad one out of I.S.U.P.K, Jamaica. I.S.U.P.K started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K is run by Commanding General Yohanna, the one man with the rank and the authority to lead Israel at this time. I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barakatam to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alatan Ba'asham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. Alright, so, you know what I mean? We're going to talk about the Nigel Clark situation, you know what I mean, economic growth and the new banknotes, the new Jamaican money, the color money them, you know what I mean, and just to, you know what I mean, break it down, you know what I mean, because the minister, Nigel Clark, is talking about economic growth, right? But, you know what I mean, if you ask Delano, Tucker, you understand, where's the economic growth? And from we born till now, we have been hearing about some level of economic growth. But guess what? Our poverty never changed as a people. So it begs the question now, is our, you know what I mean, is economic growth coming at our expense? Because we certainly, and especially through the COVID, they are recording consistent growth in their economy. You know what I mean? And I said their economy for a reason. See? They are recording consistent economic growth, like the minister said, right? But we are seeing consistent, you know what I mean, poverty throughout our communities. You understand? So the question again, is economic growth at our expense? All right, so remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, you know what I mean, leave in the comments, you understand? So we're going to jump over to the CVM live news broadcast that, you know what I mean, the minister gave his, you know what I mean, his report on how the economy is doing and, you know what I mean, the new money that Jamaica is about to start using.
This is CVM Live, the noon edition here and on our website at cvmtv.com for Wednesday, March 9, 2022. I am Curlin Brown. The Minister of Finance and the Public Service says Jamaica is experiencing signs of consistent economic growth despite the COVID-19 impact. In a rather animated budget presentation, he supported his position that despite the initial bleak projections, the country's economy is resilient and continues to show signs of recovery. More from CVM Live reporter Justin Graham.
Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says Jamaica's economy could very much feel the impact of Russia's invasion for the new fiscal year. Dr. Clark says there are 3 economic channels through which this crisis could impact Jamaica, such as increase in energy and other commodities, including wheat and other grains. He says higher commodity prices today means that average inflation for the upcoming fiscal year could be higher than previously anticipated. Despite concerns, Minister Clark is reassuring the public Jamaica's economy is resilient.
We are closely monitoring the development and the reaction of markets. Madam Speaker, Jamaica has the wherewithal to withstand this crisis, and we'll always ensure that the poor and vulnerable are protected from the worst effects of this crisis. The Jamaican economy is resilient, and we will weather this storm.
Dr. Clark insists the government is bent on protecting the poor and vulnerable throughout this crisis. He adds Jamaica has been recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic way ahead of neighboring countries.
Let me remind you that when we gathered here last year, some people never believed that we could recover this fast. When we forecasted 5% growth, then question it. No, I don't blame them, because this kind of economic recovery we've experienced over the last year, we have never experienced before. So how can they have seen it? It is difficult to see and recognize what you have never experienced.
Meanwhile, the finance minister is urging the prime minister to reopen the entertainment sector while sharing the sector's key role boosting the economy.
No, Prime Minister, I know that you're working on something for the entertainment sector, but don't take too long, PM, because I want them to come out.
Right, so he want them to come out, you know what I mean? I take it that the them he's talking about is we, you know what I mean? All right, talking about Jamaica economy is resilient, right? It could never be talking about the tourist part of the economy, because guess what? The tourist part of the economy now has been cut off from the poor. You understand? So the poor don't benefit from that. So what are they talking about, right? Even if the tourists, you know what I mean, arrivals are improving, right? We not benefit from that. Hence, is reporting economic growth and consistent economic growth, right? But we are not benefited from it. So it seems like we as the poor don't have nothing to do with the economy in that sense, right? So the resilience that he's talking about now, you know what I mean? And he being, you know, looking out for the poor, right? Where are you seeing that? You know, see them a look out for the poor in no kind of way. When COVID was heavy upon us, right? What did they do? They shut off all avenue where the poor could make a living. You understand? All the avenues. The curfew was implemented, which, you know what I mean, they fall in the time when the poor would be actually making their money. Where are the packages, the stimulus packages? There are about, what, 2 or 3 stimulus packages of, you know what I mean, no value because the money where them give to, you know what I mean, the people them is not, you know what I mean, no money we can help nobody really. You know what I mean? So how are they looking out for the poor? You understand? What have they done for the poor? Them not do nothing for the poor. So how can he stand up in parliament and talk about they are looking out for the poor? The poor is getting poorer in every community that we live in. You understand? What is he talking about? Let me tell you what them are talking about, man. You see, now they are putting more pressure on the poor. That is why they say the economy is resilient. You see, because we are a people who, under strenuous circumstances, we know how to survive. You understand? That is the resilience that he's talking about. So, regardless of the pressure that is being placed upon us, you understand? As a people, we still find a way to survive because we have to eat. You understand? And them now tell us that many of that is the illegal activity where our people are forced in that help them economy to grow because there is no jobs. Where are the jobs? Where are the employments? There's none. So how is he looking out for the poor? It is just, you know what I mean, smoke and mirrors. You understand? Trick. You know what I mean? Tricks and lies that they are telling. You understand? All right, we're going to jump over to a video. You know what I mean? And many people might know about this young man. He has been going viral recently, telling his story and telling what, you know what I mean, his experience has been, you know what I mean, since COVID. You understand? And how it affected him attending school and everything. You understand? Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel. You understand? And now, after watching this video, you know, tell me where Nigel Clark and, you know what I mean, and the government, you know what I mean, has been looking out for the poor. You understand? When all we know a young man that is like this or live like this, let's be honest. All we know somebody who live like this, whose living condition is deplorable. You understand? Guess why? Because for the most part, all our living condition is almost like this. You understand? And growing up, no far away, you know what I mean? Our living condition was just that Delano experience or is experiencing. So without further ado, we are going to jump in at the tape.
And our My name is Delano Tucker and I am a student of the Geisel High School. I live in a district called Springfield, which is between Geisel and Highgate, in a lane called Mud Lane, in a 2-bedroom house. One of the room is full of accoutrement, the other has 2 beds, one for me and my sister and the other for me and for my mother and my father. It is a board house and a concrete structure with zinc roof. My father put a tarpaulin under the zinc to take off the night dew, and if rain happens to fall, it takes off the water off us on the bed. Because it's a board structure, when the rain falls very hard, the rain blows in through the board and wets up the floor. Because it's a concrete floor, my mother put cardboard and oil cloth on it so that you don't catch up cold in our foot. Because it's an outdoor bathroom, we have to use a pail during the night and empty it in the morning. So anytime we have to use the bathroom, we have to go outside. So if rain fall, we have to wet up because down there a leak and thing. So anytime rain fall, we have to go down there because down there wet up and cold. In the morning, my father have to wake up by 5 o'clock for catch a fire because of wood fire. And sometimes wood them cold, if wood them cold, they now go catch. So sometimes one good while in there fan it for you catch, so you can make tea. If fire no catch, we have to go to school without tea. And sometimes we just now not to look for tea. So circle that, go to school without breakfast. I'm reach school now and lunchtime come. We come up on the part program, we get one lunch. But circle COVID, the part program they on pause.
You hear what the young man say? See a COVID, the part program they on pause. You know what I mean? So what is Nigel Clark talking about looking out for the poor? What poor? Which poor is he looking out for? Surely not the poor here in Jamaica. Let me continue playing this tape though. Now I'm going to play all right still.
And my mother not have it to give me lunch money. So I just go in a little corner and drink my water and go on my next class.
Delano is very persistent. Everything he tries to do, he do it to the best of his ability.
So how is it like growing this young man?
It was not very hard because he learned very quickly, and when you tell him to do things, he just do it. Like he understand things from he was a little bit younger. It wasn't too hard.
So I tell every day at school, hopes the rain will fall because if rain fall, man now wait to cook. Because it's an outdoor kitchen and they make out of wood and bamboo and a dirt floor. So as soon as the rain start fall, all in there wet up. And because of dirt floor, you get mucky and slippery, and enough time mother almost drop in there. And she have a bad foot, so if she drop, you know, good fear. See that as soon as the place black up, mother run go cook. No matter how early it be. If I have 12 o'clock, she run go cook. So because of that, sometimes go to bed without dinner. Because rain falls, so she couldn't get to cook. So if that happen, and she have sweetie, she give one sweetie and say, suck on this till tomorrow. If that not happen, and she have like a sugar, she will give you. And
I mean, and you know, this is not, you know what I mean, this is not something where I just a one youth. A whole heap of youth like Delano, they in Jamaica right now. A whole heap of youth like Delano. So me I say, no for we grow like how Delano grow. You understand? And at that we see from where youth. I come. Zin? So when Nigel Clark is talking about, you know what I mean, looking out for the poor where? They're looking out for the IMF. It is the IMF agreement that they are in that caused them to put so much pressure upon the poor. You understand? So all of that way you see them are doing in parliament and all them things there, you see it? That is smoke and mirrors. You get to me and say that now have nothing to do with Wagwan in a reality. You see, that's why we say, come to the last statutes and commandments of the Most High. Come back to your true culture. You understand? Because that resilient economic that they are talking about is half a year back. The poorer you get, the more for them economic growth. And that's way you know bridging. You understand? You can imagine economy have been growing consistently. You know what I mean? At a rate of what, 5%? And we are get poorer as a people. That make any sense? Then what is the economy then? What is the purpose of growing the economy if it does not benefit the people? The point of the matter is you are the one that make the economy grow. Like the slaves of all, you are the one that drive this machine. You understand? At your expense. You understand? We're going to jump to a scripture. You know what I mean? So look here. In the meanwhile, remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. You understand? And also leave your comments. All right, so we're going to jump to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34 and 2. We will read from 2 to 4. And this is what it says. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. And that is Most High telling Ezekiel that he should prophesy against our leaders, our shepherds. You understand? Continue reading. Prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds, woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? And that is very, you know what I mean, crucial if you want to be a leader of the children of Israel. You understand? And you know what is the sad thing? Our leaders are not really our leaders, you know. They are just placed there to be, you know what I mean, as props, pretending to be our leaders. So when them fail us, it come at a big surprise to us. You understand? But if they were actually our leaders, you understand? The Bible say, yo, they are poor leaders. You understand? But we know better and know that they are not leaders to us. You understand? So watch this now. Like what we've been telling you, the only leader you have, you know what I mean, is in the ISUPK and the commanding general, Your Honor. Because you don't have legitimate leaders out here. The government, the JLP and the PMP is not your leaders. It's not leadership. You understand? They don't belong to you. You get me? I say, them answer to somebody different. They don't answer to you. You understand? Let me continue reading this though. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Verse 3. Ye eat the fat and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them and are fed, but ye feed not the flock. You understand? So them oppress us. Them put pressure on us to get them economy to grow. You understand? But them feed themselves. They don't feed the flock. You understand? Them don't make sure say you like Delano, you know what I mean, is taken care of. You know what I mean? Where going to school is concerned, his living condition is better. You understand? But them can tell you about the economic growth. You know what I mean? And it seems like it's a joke thing in the parliament because guess what go on? You see how them are, you know what I mean, compete. One party are compete with the next party. You know what I mean? It's all a sport for them. Meanwhile, you suffer real consequences based off of the actions that they take. You understand? But it's like a sport. It's like a joke for them. You know what I mean? It's like boys and girls champs for them in the parliament. But you suffer for real. You get pushed in a life of crime. You understand? A life of crime that they benefit from. And never tell you what is the real reason for their economic growth. You understand? Cut you off from their tourists, you know what I mean, coming to the island. Cut you off from selling your craft items. You understand? From making a living for yourself. Push your back. Give all of the things them to the all-inclusive hotel them. You know what I mean? Well, while you suffer, then come in at the parliament and say, well, you know what I mean, we have experienced economic growth and things is going well. But watch this. Right now, we have a war on Russia, Ukraine, which are going to spill over. You know what I mean? And the economic growth where them a talk about, you know what I mean, might not be the reality shortly. You understand? Enough little things where, you know what I mean, our country depend upon will no longer be available. You understand? Right now we are facing inflation. Inflation will get worse. You understand? Right now we are facing gas increase that are going to get worse. You understand? So you know what them are going to do? Them are going to end up put more pressure upon the poor to make them thing continue running. You understand? And another move this, you know what I mean, this government made is that them change the banknote, right? And I don't have a problem with changing the banknote. You see? But to what end? What is the benefit? Well, all right, them say the ones that they have now are old and them need to replace. Fine. That is the only advantage, me say, because the dollar is still of no value compared to the currency that is needed worldwide to, you know what I mean, to transact business amongst countries, the US dollar. You understand? So what is the purpose? What is the benefit? Why are they pushing, like, you know what I mean? Why are they making it seem like the banknote changing is some kind of accomplishment for we? As far as we're concerned, is the same money that we are not going to be able to make. Is the same money that is we are going to constantly be, you know what I mean, deprived from making. Nothing now going to change. It don't get any more valuable. So what is the difference? All right, we'll jump to that part of the news story where, you know what I mean, this ignorant politician, you know what I mean, talk about the banknote as if it is some kind of accomplishment. Again, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also leave your comments.
National heroes. As such, the original intent will be restored. A new $2,000 note will also be introduced. The Bank of Jamaica will be holding sensitization sessions to ensure the new security features are understood, as well as ensuring the visually impaired community becomes familiar with the features that differentiate the banknotes.
Last 50 years, we drifted from that. Drifted, man, speak. And today, this is what it looks like. We're all familiar with it. Where rightfully we have Sam Sharp and Donald Sangster and Nanny and Michael Manley and the right, you know, most honorable and most honorable Hugh Shearer. But this is not the Jamaican story. This is not our history. This is not a representation of who we are as a people.
Right, that is not the Jamaica story or the Jamaica history. The Jamaica story and the Jamaica history is riddled in, you know what I mean, bloodshed and murder and exploitation and rape and slavery. That is where the Jamaican history, you know what I mean, is riddled in. So he's right with that.
People, and we must restore the original intent along with recovery and reform. There must be restoration, Madam Speaker. So in this 60th year of independence, the national project must be restored. Our national heroes will again appear so that we can be constantly reminded, Madam Speaker, as Mr. Siaga said, give credit where it is due.
So in reality, all that was all about is to put Siaga, you know what I mean, Edward Siaga, that man who is responsible for drugs and, you know what I mean, gang warfare to escalate and CIA infiltration here in Jamaica, to be put as a national hero and to be placed on one of the notes. Because a $2,000 bill have no, you know what I mean, significance. Why would you need a $2,000 bill? All you need is two $1,000 bills. But the $2,000 bill, it seemed like some odd, you know what I mean, some odd, you know what I mean, some odd addition to, you know what I mean, something that is, you know what I mean, don't need nothing more. Just to make for them political criminal, you know what I mean, a national hero and put him on the money. You understand? As well as putting Michael Manley on the money as well. To please both the parties who divided Jamaica. That's all it is. That's all it is. Smoke and mirrors. Meanwhile, we suffer, we become poorer, we go off in our life of, you know what I mean, crime and immorality, you know what I mean, because that is the direction that they push us in. You understand? Let me read this scripture. See, this is the book of Zechariah chapter 11 and 5, and this is says, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and your own shepherd pity them not. And that is what you're seeing. You know what I mean? The oppressor, you know what I mean? His puppet is now over us, and they slay us. You know what I mean? They make life hard for us. You understand? And them hold themselves not accountable. Them say, blessed be the Lord, because they are rich, their economy is growing. But guess what, go on? While the economy is growing, who is suffering? We are suffering as a people. So I implore you, come, watch our classes. You know what I mean? Come to our classes. Call the number in the description. You understand? Because thing is about to hit the fan. You get to me and say, the war that you see coming, World War III, is your salvation. Because how longer can you stay under such a government who cares nothing about your, you know what I mean, your survival? Who come and tell lie in parliament that things are better when you know good and well that things are not better. You understand? You are living the sufferation and they are telling you that things are getting better. You know what I mean? Come learn your history. Come learn your culture. Come back to this covenant that you have with the Most High. So that, you know what I mean, this salvation can come speedily. And with that, I say like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comment. And shalom. Oh yeah, and pay your tithes. You know what I mean? Pay your tithes, because guess what? Your tax money don't go to nothing, but tithes will actually help you. And stop giving the Christian pastor your tithes money, because all that does is make him fat and rich. You know what I mean? And never gives back to his community. But check the record, check the track record of the I.S.U.P.K. And you will see what we do for our people.